What's up, everyone? Pokeball is back, and it is almost Valentine's Day. So I thought, before I make a Beyblade Burst Pika episode, I'm going to make the top 10 best couples in Beyblade Burst. How did I manage to do this? Are there even 10 canon couples? Probably not, so I had to improvise a little bit. So you guys have to bear with me. It'll get better as the list goes on. But I put together 10 couples that are potentially together. I'm just going to go over the 10 best. So anyway, let's get right into it. At number 10, we are starting off strong with Dante Ex Delta. Now, this is clearly a Pokeball classic, so I had to add it. Are they together? Obviously not. But you know, kind of funny. Kind of, They had some moments. Did you see how Delta just turned, when Delta turned good, how good they got along? And, I know there's a lot of Dante X Win people, so you guys tell me in the comments what one you prefer. That's really all I got to say about that. Number 9, we got Xrad. Now, you may say they had a very bad relationship. Not romantically, but just in general. You know, Chris didn't really listen to his advice, and he got frustrated and quit. And to that, I would say, yeah, that definitely happened. That was a thing. But what if I told you that they are both around the same age, probably? You know, young adults, probably by the time they were both in the manga and GT. So, therefore, oh yeah, Xrad does come back in GT, in the manga, with Beastie Soul, so they got back together? Question mark? But yeah, they definitely, patched things up, got better, and think about it, they're both young adults. Yeah, and I just think, you know, like, we got Chris X free and stuff like that. The age gap was just too big, so Xrad is really the only other option. And you can't just ship Chris with no one, besides maybe yourself if you're a weirdo. But yeah, that's my logic. Let's get on to number 8. Alright, number 8, we're getting to the more canon stuff. This one is going to be Lane X Hary. I really like the representation, the human X animal representation. I think that's really, really good that Beyblade did that. I mean, they should have had more moments, but from what we've seen, these two are pretty much inseparable. Harry's always in Lane's coat or something, and the only time they disagreed was because Hary got mad at Lane when he got like his dark evil aura and like he was like scared of him, but which is reasonable. I mean, it happens. I mean, it doesn't happen to turn evil, but it happens to, you know, have your occasional fight once in a while. So yeah, I think these two are a very good match for each other. They'll make some cool human hedgehog hybrids. Okay, number 7 is probably a ship you've never heard of, so hear me out, because there are rumors that this is actually canon. That being Mr. Murasaki, not Wakia, but Wakia's dad, Mr. Konda, aka Hoji's dad. There are rumors that these two are actually having an affair. Don't believe me? Want me to provide you with some evidence? The evidence 1. Wakia and Hoji are best friends, always hang out. These two paired the Wakia and Hoji together so they can hang out more, obviously. Number 2, Hoji's dad works for Wakia's dad. Kind of weird if you ask me, to also have their kids be friends, you know, to be together outside of work. You don't really see that happen. And number 3 is that both of their moms have never been shown. So, either one, I mean, because obviously if they were stay-at-home wives, they would be at home. Hoji has 5 siblings. Who's watching them? Hoji? Probably. But that doesn't make sense how they both have never seen their mom. We've never seen their mom. And we've seen all Hoji's siblings, but no mom. Maybe they do have moms, but they're just cheating on them. So, it's definitely one of those. There's no other possible explanation. They're definitely having an affair. Let's go on to number 6. Number 6, we're getting to the classics. The first canon couple in Beyblade Burst. Do you know what that is? It is Shoru X Kento. If you don't know who those are, it is Volt's parents. I think these two, I mean, they had some moments, some chemistry, like when they were on the video call and when they cheer for Volt. When Kento actually comes to visit and they cheer for Volt, that was pretty nice. But Kento is always flying, and there's a good chance he could be cheating. I guess she could be too, but I feel like he would be cheating with a flight attendant, so I couldn't put them that high for that reason, and just they're not together that much. I mean, come on, be together. Anyway, let's go on to number 5. Number 5, we got the couple with the least screen time, that being Dante's Parents. So the thing about Dante's Parents, why I put them this high, is they travel together. They leave their son behind. I wouldn't rate them high on best parenting. They leave him with his uncle who could have predatory intentions, but they do love each other enough to travel together. I mean, honestly, they look more like a father and daughter, so that's giving me questionable vibes about the dad. But, you know, they get along, they travel together all the time, they leave their son behind. You know they love each other. Therefore, great couple. But I couldn't put them that high because we haven't seen that much of them. Number 4. Similarly to Dante's parents, we have Ken's parents. In season 1, we didn't really see too much of them. Well, we saw the mom a little bit, like she talked. The dad did not speak. But in Quad Strike, they made a return. After all those years of Burst, they are still doing puppet shows around the world. Isn't that sweet? With Ken, I mean, that really shows love and commitment to the family. I mean, one thing I noticed, the dad looks a little different in Quad Strike, so maybe he's a new person, like, is a new husband, or he got plastic surgery because she doesn't like how he looks or something. There's just some theories, but, yeah, I would say it's pretty good that they stayed together, till Quad Strike, and they still do puppet shows around the world. That's pretty nice. Let's go to number 3. For number 3, we have the Abon Parents. Taiga and Kana. They don't have to pronounce it. These are the farmer duo guys. Parents of Iger and Naru. So I think these guys, I mean, I can't really complain. They're always together, always supporting their kids, but they always stay at the home. They let Iger do. They had a little disagreement on whether they should let Iger go on his adventure or whatever or not. But, you know, that's just parent problems, you know. Overall, I would say they have a good relationship. I can't really say anything bad about it besides we just haven't seen much of it. But yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments about this whole video, really. Let's go on to number 2. Now, number 2, this is a really good one. It is Hikaru and Hyuga's parents. I put them higher than the other ones because these two seem to genuinely have fun together, which is something we don't really see with the other adult characters. These guys own a spaghetti shop or like some kitchen together, a family-owned business that always shows close bonds and relationships. So yeah, they do that. They like sing and stuff. I mean, yeah, Noboro, that's the husband's name, the dad, whatever. He has like a weird nose, and she loves him despite having that ugly nose. So that shows something is there. That shows something is there. And yeah, that's really it for them. So now, guys, take a guess what you think number 1 is. If you get it right, I'll pin your comment. I doubt you're gonna get it right. One more couple that is canon. Really think. But for now, let me tell you some honorable mentions that almost cut the list. Or made the list. Whatever. You have to do the most popular one. None of these are canon, by the way, but we have to do the most popular one. Volt and Shu, the best friends. I just had to add it. I know the Sasha and Volt fans are gonna be mad about this, but I just didn't see much chemistry between those two, honestly. Sasha X free better. but I didn't add them on the list. So maybe it's not. Then we had to do another one from GT. We've had a lot from this season, surprisingly. Armin and Chica. They had like one moment where Armin was pretending to be Delta and Chica was like bullshitting and thinking it was cool. And that's pretty much where it all started. And then lastly, we gotta go again with the classics, which would be Wakia and Rantaru. Because it's funny. They fight a lot and it's funny. And I guess it's OG doesn't make sense, but I don't really have a reason. It's just one I like to joke about, so why not put it in? And now we can get to number 1. And the number 1 best couple in Beyblade Burst has to go to, drumroll please, Stan and Django. Let me explain myself. I know I said it was canon, but have you ever wondered why Stan is so fat compared to every other character in the show? It's because he's pregnant with Django's kid.